Picture this. It's 2045, you walk into your classroom and say hi to your teacher, except your teacher is Mr. ChatGPT.
Sounds wrong, right?
I thought AI wasn't supposed to be used in school.
You're right, Billy. At least for now.
Everyone says that AI and computers are going to rule the world in a couple of years.
Is that true? And is that going to apply to classrooms? Hey listeners, and welcome back to Straight A's, a podcast about middle schoolers by middle schoolers. I'm your host, Lester.
I'm your co-host, Billy.
And I'm your other co-host, Chuck.
Today, our topic is, should AI replace teachers?
We'll tackle this big problem in today's episode, right after this quick break.
As many of you probably know, AI has been growing quite rapidly over the last few years.
So much so that today, we are finally asking the question, is it good enough to replace teachers?
A lot of sources seem to agree that AI hasn't quite reached the emotional state and reliability where it is qualified to take human jobs.
However, some people may argue that it has the ability to develop, change, and get more information quickly.
Let's talk about the pros of AI replacing teachers first.
A benefit of using AI to teach students is that AI has the ability to analyze students and make lesson plans based on the data.
Having AI be able to use advanced technology can help you as an individual have a more efficient education.
Unlike human teachers, AI-powered technology can provide consistent teaching quality across different classrooms and schools. This can help to level the playing field for students having trouble or kids with learning disabilities.
Another benefit will be that while most teachers have a life outside of school, AI doesn't. They don't need time to spend with family or to sleep and eat.
Which means that AI will be able to grade your test quickly and efficiently.
I mean, everybody knows AI is fast. If they can write an entire essay for you in a couple seconds, why can't it grade your incredible Spanish quiz in the same amount of time?
The final and biggest benefit that will be most convincing to school administrators is the cost.
AI not needing to be paid will reduce the school's costs by a lot.
The average teacher makes $40,000 a year.
Multiply that into the amount of teachers that are in the US, 3.2 million, and Shazam! We spend an average of $128 billion per year on teachers.
And keep in mind, most schools are public schools, which means that these costs are paid for by taxes.
You can find more information about that in episode 1, Private Schools versus Public Schools.
Less costs will call for reduced taxation.
And that will make all of our parents happy.
Finally, we have a benefit that will make students happy. No more teachers shouting at you when you explain how your dog accidentally ate your homework.
Think about it. AI doesn't really have the ability to get mad at you.
AI probably won't have a teacher's pet either.
Yeah, that might be hard if there isn't even a teacher.
Hey everyone, I'm your producer Bob, and we at Straight A's decided to make these breaks a little more enjoyable. Our incredible marketing director, Jeffrey, came up with the idea of having a Straight A's study tip in each episode to help you guys out. Here's today's study tip. Straight A's study tip number 1, when memorizing words, write the words out on flashcards. Research shows that when you write things down, you're more likely to remember them better. This tip applies to the subjects history or social studies, and any other world language classes such as Spanish. Now, back to the episode.
Now, let's talk about the cons of AI replacing teachers.
If you think about it, if AI can generate an entire prequel to the Harry Potter series in a matter of seconds, can you imagine what AI will be able to do in 20 years?
We will actually include the AI-generated prequel in the description of the episode. You should go check it out.
A lot of people say that ChatGPT and other generative AIs that are capturing a lot of attention lately are really advanced. But really, it's just good at forming sentences that make sense.
And if you're a middle school student like us, you will probably agree that just being able to form a sentence will not get you very far as a student, much less as a teacher.
Something we should mention is that some students might use AI to cheat or to write their college applications.
Oftentimes, they fail miserably.
As we like to say here at Straight A's, if you cheat, don't feel like you're cheating the system. You're only cheating yourself.
There have been lots of cases where people like students and even working adults in the government have been getting busted for using AI tools for work.
Another big downside of having AI replace teachers is that many jobs will be lost.
There are 3.2 million full-time teachers in the United States.
Many people spend their whole educational career working up to be a teacher. If we replace everyone with AI, we may as well shut down the education major exit on the job highway.
If you really think about it, like we did, if AI replaced all of your teachers, school would become really boring.
I know that a lot of you have or have had a really good teacher. You know, a teacher who's fun, happy, funny.
If AI replaced teachers, instead of hearing, so that's how you calculate the area of a circle. So cool, right? You'll be hearing, so the area of a circle with a radius of 5 units is approximately 78.54 square units.
Oh my god, I can already feel my eyelids getting heavy.
Also, having AI for a teacher might also steal some privacy from you.
You might be comfortable sharing your secrets with your teachers, but are you willing to share your secrets with AI? One more thing that AI might have trouble with is writing a letter of recommendation for your college application.
In case you don't know, a letter of recommendation is a letter that is required in your college application that is from one of your teachers that talks about how great you are and why you're a great student for the college you're trying to get into.
It's probably basically impossible for somebody to write a letter saying how great you are when they barely even know who you are. Keep in mind, we're talking about AI now. At the rate of growth we're seeing with AI, who knows, maybe we'll have AI presidents within the next decade.
By the way, our podcast is now available on Apple Podcasts. In fact, you might be listening to this on Apple Podcasts yourself right now.
So, as you can see, AI is a great tool that can help us with many things, but it's not ready right now to be used in schools.
It was the fact that AI isn't really full developed right now and how some students might use it to cheat because it's not fully developed.
But who knows, maybe in a couple of years we will be having Mr. ChatGPT.
We think that AI can be used as a great tool that can help us with education, but teachers still have their special benefits. So I think that AI should be used to help teachers rather than replace them.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Instead of looking at which side's pros are more important in this argument, why don't we just combine them?
Which is why this is our final verdict.
If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a review.
This week's shoutout is to Eclem00, who left us a comment on our private school versus public school episode.
If you want to be shouted out, consider leaving a comment and leaving a review.
Leaving a comment and reviewing our show can help other middle schoolers like you find this show.
I'm your host, Lester.
I'm your co-host, Billy.
And I'm your other co-host, Chuck.
That's all for today's episode. See you next time.
Before you leave, we have some quick announcements.
For the rest of Season 1, we will be holding a poll in each episode to figure out what you guys, our viewers, think is the most useful online tool when it comes to learning and studying.
You can choose from apps like the Calculator app or websites like Khan Academy.
It would be greatly appreciated if you could vote in the poll so we can help other middle schoolers like you help them and get the best of their education potential.
If the option you choose tells you to specify, please specify by leaving a comment about what you chose.
That's officially all we have today. See you next time.